Slightly on Blue, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing a graphic liner ghost witchy vibes look just in time for Halloween. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Hey y'all, so I am so excited to do a spooky halo eye with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics and Taj Little Miss She Never Misses palette. So I'm taking the shade Rest Mayhaps and the Makeup Shack T66 brush, and I'm putting that all over my crease. And I said Taj, but DoniDarkowitz, adore her. She's amazing, and I love this palette. Like, I was so excited to do a Halloween look with it. So with Rest Mayhaps, I'm taking that and putting it all the way through the crease from the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going to work that towards that outer V of my eye, and I'm going to do a more rounded halo eye. I really love more rounded looks on my lid, so I thought that this would be a lot of fun. So I'm taking that all over and just building up the shape and not really worrying about if it's messy or if it's precise quite yet, because I will go in and touch everything up here in a little bit. So now I'm taking the same brush in the shade Powerline to kind of just start to blend everything out. This will be more of the medium shade. The first one is our depth shade. I will go in with the lighter one to make sure everything is softened up. So I'm just taking this and I'm going to follow what I have the outline of with Rest Mayhaps, just to go ahead and start to get ready to build everything up and get that blend nice and precise and nice and just like seamless. I love purple and green together. I felt like this was giving major witchy vibes, and I felt like the ghost floating around it was just like perfect. So back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure. You really just kind of want to focus on adding it to where the shade is a little bit lighter. That way when it's starting to blend out, you can just get everything touched up. Okay, so to soften everything up and make sure there's no harshness, I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T14 brush in the shade Moomy and just start to blend everything out. So I'm doing back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure, just doing a little bit at a time, just trying to make sure that everything is like nice and blended, like to the point that we don't really have any harsh lines. So just making sure everything is softened up here, and then I will go back in and touch all the other shades up here in a little bit. You only want this to feel like a tickle. If you feel a little more pressure than that, you're going to get an overblend. So make sure you're being very gentle. With the same brush, I'm going back into Rest Mayhaps just to bring it back a little bit, because with blending, it's repetitive, but it's worth it. So you will lose some of the pigment. Just go back in and touch everything up as you go. With the same brush just cleaned off, I'm taking a little bit more of Moomy just to make sure everything is nice and softened up. Going back in between the shades will help to make sure that your look will be more pigmented and vibrant, and it's totally normal while you're blending for you to lose some of the pigment. That's why it's important to just go back in and make sure that you're getting everything nice and evenly blended. You'll lose some of the darker one, blending it out with the lighter ones. Just go back in and touch them up till your heart is content. With the Makeup Shack T63 brush, I'm taking the shade Is It Every Day, and I'm going to start to really diffuse this blend and make sure that everything is nice and softened up. So I'm doing back and forth windshield wiping motions, and I'm using the lightest amount of pressure. I'm just trying to follow that third purple shade that we used here, just to make sure that it kind of looks like it's glowing and there is no harshness. Now I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T14 brush in the shade Powerline just to make sure that it's brought back, because as you can see, it's starting to soften up and it's not as pigmented. So you go back in, touch it up, bring it back, and look at it already starting to be a gorgeous purpley smoky eye. With the same brush, I'm taking more of Rest Mayhaps just to make sure that we have that nice depth in the crease, and this really just kind of like ties it all together. Look at how beautiful it is. I love purple so much. It's one of my favorite colors to work with. Now I'm taking more of Moomy with the Makeup Shack T63 brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start to diffuse it all, make sure everything is nice and softened up and that we don't have any harsh lines in it. So that way when I take my pictures, you can just about see that there's more than just like two purples. With the same brush just cleaned off, I'm taking more of Is It Every Day just to make sure everything is softened up yet again. I just love these purples together. They're so pretty. Like I said, I love purple. It's one of my favorite shades to work with. With the Makeup Shack T14 brush, I'm taking more of Rest Mayhaps. Like I said, blending is repetitive, but it's worth it. Look at how gorgeous these purples are. Totally worth it in my opinion. So now I'm taking some micellar water on a Q-tip, and I'm going to clean off my lid and clean out my crease to get ready to carve it out. I like to do this just to make sure that all the shades are nice and vibrant. Since this will be an all matte look, this to me is a very important step, so that way your shades don't muddy together, so that the green that will be on the lid for the halo eye will be nice and vibrant and there won't be any purple mixed in there. Now I'm taking the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair, and I'm going to go ahead and start to carve out my crease. So I'm going to start from the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going to focus on following where there is the skin showing and where I just cleaned it up with the micellar water on a Q-tip. My best advice for doing something like this is get a small, like flat concealer brush, and after you use it a few times, you can just squish it and make it thinner, and I feel like that gets right up in that crease and does a really, really good job. So now with the Makeup Shack T66 brush, I'm taking the shade Touch Grass, and I'm going to start from towards the inner corner of my eye, just on that inner part of the lid. Start to bring it upwards and over. The key for this is you want to make it look like it's giving your eye a nice little hug. So I'm starting with the darkest shade right here. I'm going to take it up and bring it over just a little bit and kind of soften it up that way, and then I'm going to go on that outer portion of my eye, start to pat it on and bring it over, and you can kind of see how it looks like it's starting to give my eye a little hug. That's why I like refer to it as that, because to me that's what I see. But we're getting the halo shape, but these shades are just going to kind of look like they're hugging our eye at the same time. So with this same brush, I'm taking the shade Panic, and this will kind of lighten it up a little bit. It's like a nice transition to make sure that the shade that I'm going to put in the center just really pops. I feel like that just kind of looked a little more neon. So this is more of our transition shade. I'm just going to pat it on against Touch Grass and get that shape built up. Okay, so here I'm taking the shade Hello with the same brush, and I'm just going to pop that in the center. And do you see how it looks more neon? I don't know, there's something about this shade that I just love so much, and I just felt like it would be the perfect center of attention kind of thing for the lid, and then you kind of just fill it in on all the base that's left, and it gives it that halo eye shape. So it's nice and vibrant, and just look at it. Does it not remind you of the most witchy color combination? So with the same brush, I'm taking a little bit of What's Up Sucka just to kind of get that on and add a little more depth. And Artemis just jumped in the window and scared his little baby brother, so that was funny. So if you heard a knock, it was Artie. So now I'm popping on a little bit more of Hello just to make sure that everything is nice and blended together. With the same brush, the Makeup Shack T66 brush just cleaned off, I'm taking a little bit more of Touch Grass just to make sure everything is nice and touched up. So here I'm just going in with all the shades and touching them up to make sure that I have them as like pigmented as I want, and just making sure everything is nice and blended together. So now I'm taking a little bit more of Rest Mayhaps with the same brush just to pat it on the outer bit of Touch Grass, just to make sure everything is nice and blended together, and again, make sure there is no harshness going on. Okay, time to hold our breath and hope for the best. Look at that blend. I'm so excited about it. But now it is time. The time has come. It's time to doodle. Alright, so this is how I freehand some little ghosties. I take a white liner. This is a Suva Hydro Liner in Space Panda, and a brush that came in the UV Taffy's palette. Whatever brush you're the most comfortable with and your favorite liners, grab those and let's get it going. So I'm starting out by drawing a circle. So this is going to be his little head that will kind of have arms hanging off of it here in a minute. Do a circle as big as you want. I wanted them to not be small, but I didn't want them to be big, so like a medium ghost, okay? So I started out with a circle, and then I started to do the arms. So I'm going to take it down, kind of give it a little bit of a neck, but not much, and I'm going to start to extend outwards with the liner and do like little, not really circular, but I don't know how to explain the shape, y'all. I don't know. But give it little arms, okay? They're kind of circular, cylindrical. I don't know. They're not, no, they're not, because that would be like a funnel, I think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know that I'm drawing a little ghost. So, forgive me. It'll come to me eventually. But I'm doing kind of like another dot, if you will. Like, kind of taking it out, doing another dot, but taking it out a little bit farther, so then it has hands. And So I'm just going to take it, kind of do another little dot, kind of fix the head a little bit. Just kind of look at it and see if it's how you want it, and make sure you're getting the shape that you want. You kind of want it to almost look like you're drawing a flower, but you're not really going to draw a flower. You're just kind of doing a little, like a head that's a dot, and you're going to do arms that are dots. And then you're going to start on the body. So from one of the arms, I'm going to go ahead and start to take it inwards and kind of bring it down towards my crease. And I'm going to try really hard to not mess up, because y'all, I was struggling with this eye to make them look the same. So I'm going to kind of curve it. I'm going to take it from the arm, kind of curve it out just a little bit, bring it in, and then I'm going to start to make the tail. So I'm going to go up and then bring it over, bring it up a little bit, and then start to fill in the tail, because you want the tail to just be kind of super thin, because that's going to be like, you know, the tail, but here we're starting on like the rest of it. So I'm kind of angling it upwards to connect it, and as you can see, I'm getting the shape. So then I'm going to go in and fill everything in and touch up anywhere that I'm like, okay, this doesn't look very ghostly to me. So I start to try to angle it outwards just a little bit more and make sure that I have the hands, the shape that I want, and then go in and fill everything in. And if you want to extend the tail more, go ahead and do that. But I was like, okay, I did it. I got another ghost, because the ghost on the other eye took me forever. So now I'm going in and starting to make the tail a little bit more extended, trying to make sure that everything is even, kind of trying to look at my other eye to make sure that it looks at least a little bit like the other eye, because sometimes I do struggle with trying to copy and paste them on the other eye. So now it's time to do it again. Now if you just want to do a couple ghosts, do that. They really are not as hard as I thought when I first started like freehanding them. I get into my head a lot about a lot of things. And so I told myself, without stencils, there's no way I can do this. And this year I was just like, no, I'm freehanding this. I know how to do it. I can do it. So it might seem difficult to do. Just practice it and you will get the hang of it. It's really, really not super duper hard. At first it is, but the more you do it, the more you'll get comfortable with it and the easier that it gets. So I'm going to add a couple more. This one's about the same as the one on the inner corner of my eye here. And then we're going to do a crease one here in just a minute. Now this one I was really, really struggling with. I like felt like I messed up, so I was like, okay, this one's gonna be a little more like outwards than the other. But like I said in the ending here, I feel like it doesn't really matter if they're totally even, because like all ghosts I think are different, because we're all different. Just have fun with it. It was a lot of fun to doodle them, even though it was kind of like killing my neck and my eyes were so strained, but I had so much fun with them, and I've been having such a fun time doing Halloween looks lately. So now I'm doing the one that's kind of in the crease, so I'm going to do the dot facing towards the ghost in my inner corner, so kind of like a C shape, and then I'm going to start to try to do the body. So I'm going to bring it upwards just a little bit, like almost like an S shape, and then I'm going to extend it and then flick the tail upwards towards my brow. And then I'm going to go in to start to fill everything in, make sure I got the head shape the way that I want. And then I'm going to start to try to doodle arms yet again. So this one's a little goofy looking, but I felt like he fit in. His friends really liked him, so that was fine. So now I'm kind of starting to connect it, just kind of bringing it up in almost like an S shape. Now I'm going to start to get that nice and filled in and then do my arms. So I'm just making sure that everything is kind of more how I want it to be before I do this, and then I can just go in and touch things up as I go. So now I'm going to start to do the arms. I'm going to take it off the edge of the ghost, bring it outwards to an angle, and then go to the like up to the neck of the ghost and get that shape. So it's almost like another dot, just kind of angled. And then you have one hand, and then with the other hand I brought it up towards my brow and then like rounded it off, and I got everything nice and filled in there. And then we're going to do some faces. Okay, so now I'm taking the Suva Beauty Hydro Liner in grease, and I'm starting to do the little faces. So I just did 2 little dots, and then I did like a smiley face, but I tried to do like a D. So I did like the smile, and then extended it downwards and tried to do like the little, make sure it looked real smiley. And then this one, he just had a little ooga booga face, not really happy but not super scary. And then with this one, I did 2 dots again and drawing a face. And then I'm taking the Manic Gems Mania rhinestones. So before I place them down, I'm taking my eyelash glue and putting them sporadically all over my lid wherever I felt like they would look cute. So just have fun with this part. Alright, I'm going to go do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. This is the finished look. What do you think? I'm really excited about how it turned out. I'm bummed that the white liners kind of turning purple, but that's a risk you take playing with a white liner or not using a stencil. I freehanded them all, and I feel like some of them, they're not super even, but in my opinion, I don't think ghosts need to be even because they're all different. We're all different. I think it's cute though. What do you think? I'm sorry it was a voiceover. Busy day today. Busy day today. I've had one heck of a week, okay? I'm sorry, but this was a lot of fun, and I'm going to try to make sure that I go more in depth on what I'm doing and everything just to make up for it being a voiceover. But yeah, what do you think of this look? Should I do another Halloween look before Halloween is here? Would you want a creative eye look? Do you want me to try to do a transformation? Those take me like 8 hours to do, so I don't know if I would be willing to do that for putting it on YouTube because that would take me like a week to edit. But I could give it a try. I am almost finished with Halloween looks though, so we'll see. But yes, if you want some more spooky eyeshadow inspiration, I definitely got you there. What other looks would you like to see? I still have a list that I'm working on. I've just had not a lot of time. It's been pure chaos since I came back from vacation. But yeah, what do you think of this look? Do you like the little ghosties? I think they turned out so cute. And then I made my earrings, and then this dress I've had forever. I found it at Target like 2019, something like that. I don't know. I love it. I feel like this is the only thing that I had to match because I somehow don't have shirts with ghosts on them. But anyway, if you want to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, then I have all my social medias linked in the description box down below. And if you'd like to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me and I can't thank you enough. And if you like this video, could you please give it a thumbs up because I heard it helps push my video out in the algorithm. So if you give it a thumbs up, then thank you. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!